Hello. Welcome to Happy Little Yarn, episode 112, maybe, I think, or 13, I don't know. It would have been on the beginning of this video. Welcome. I was not going to record today because I thought we were going to have a little last minute vacation, but we aren't going anywhere because it is going to be hot. Very hot in Florida. And here. High tomorrow is April 25th. Today is Friday, April 25th, 2025. And tomorrow the high in Orlando, Florida is going to be 90. That's too hot. Mama will melt. I will melt. And it's no fun going to Disney Springs. We were just going to go to Disney Springs for the day. But it's no fun going to Disney Springs if you can't buy anything chocolatey, because it'll melt all over the place before you get to the car. You can't get the Dole Whip, because it'll just melt everywhere before you can eat it. And you just sweat. And I don't like wearing shorts, so I think it'd be too hot to wear jeans and walk around and be happy and pleasant. 90 degrees is intolerable. Anyways, hi, how you doing? My name's Amy. I come to you from Leesburg, Georgia. This is my little corner of the internet where I like to talk about knitting and yarn and crafty things. Oh, how are y'all doing? I'm glad I'm recording today because I don't like missing a week. I like just to keep you updated. Even if I only knit a row, I feel like I should record and just keep you updated and say hello because I enjoy it. Right now, my computer says it's 56 degrees Fahrenheit. Lies. All lies. Let's update that and see what it says now. 84. Oh, it's too hot, y'all. Too hot. I'm not meant for the summer in the South. I need to move north. Who wants to take me in? Who has an extra room for me and my yarn? Do you have a cup of something delicious? I have a cup of very cold coffee I made about an hour ago. Still sipping on it. Fun fact, I drink my coffee black. But it doesn't matter if it's cold or not. I will drink it. I like hot coffee, but when it turns cold, I will still drink it. Okay, well today I have no finished objects. I thought I would have a half-finished object, but I don't. Or, not half. I thought I would have the sleeve done on my Douglas Cardi, but I don't. But I have 3 whips to show you. All new things to show you. Except for the Douglas Cardi. And one new thing to show you haven't seen before. Let's start with... Let's start with what you have seen before, but hasn't made an appearance in a while. Because it's right here on my desk. This is the Anthology throw. Also known as the saggy boob blanket. Because it looks like a giant saggy boob. So I have been working on it a little bit this week. The rows are extra long right now. So, what I'm doing, this is an Anthology throw by Helen Stewart. I think it's the Anthology throw. That's the round one, right? Yeah, I think so. But what I'm doing is, this is the Yarn Cafe Creations My Little Pony July countdown from 2024. And they're all 20 gram minis. I have a whole bag of them right here. It was 31 days of minis from last year. Every year, Lisa of 72 Stitches or Knit All the Yarn podcast and we have been getting this for how many years now, Lisa? Was it 3 or 4? Getting minis for My Little Pony. I know I got it one year and she didn't. And then we started getting it the year after, every year together. I think it was been 3 years that we opened these together. But this year we did not get, I don't even know if my Yarn Cafe Creations has the My Little Pony Advent. Honestly, I haven't looked. We got a different Advent this year to open together in July. our summer advent. But I am making no leadway on this. I thought I would have it finished for my mom by Mother's Day. No way. There's like, I can't tell you how many minis left in this bag. It's a decent sized bag. Full of minis. Just full. Full of minis. I'm birthing minis here. Sorry. Gross idea, but I thought you would like to see all the minis. Boom. There you go. Some are on the floor, yes. I will get them later, as long as I don't roll over them. But I am knitting this using Yarn Cafe Creation minis, as I said. I've been knitting it since last summer. I think I started during July when we were opening this together, Lisa and I. But this year we are getting the Fangirl Fibers Hot Ghoul Summer. Like Hot Girl Summer, but Hot Ghoul Ghost Summer. And they're all tonals. And I think I got the fingering weight. I don't think I got DK. I think I got fingering weight. I'm not sure. Look at that. Clean that up. That was fun. Throwing minis everywhere. There's 2 on the ground. Uno momento. Got them. Okay. So that's my Anthology throw. I think I did about 2 or 3 rows on it. I had this color started already. I think I did 2 rows total. But it's a lot of knitting, y'all. It's no joke how long these rows are. And I'm not even finished with all the increases yet. There's like 1 or 2 more sets of increases I have to do. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to, like, take a quarter of a row, kind of. I'm going to try to. And count how many stitches there are on a quarter of a row. And times that by 4. And that'll be how many stitches I have. I think it's 500 and some right now. But I'm not counting a whole row. I don't care if it's precise to what the pattern says or not. If I'm a stitch or 2 off, that's fine. I just need to know when I do my next set of increases. I'm not really following the pattern, because on the pattern it has eyelets. I have no eyelets here. And I think I'm doing the right increase. I'm just doing knit 1 through the front and back loop. Knit 1 through the front and back to do my increase rows. That might be what it's called for in the pattern. I can't remember. But I'm not doing the eyelets. I'm not doing the texture. I'm just knitting all stockinette. And that's that. When I'm not knitting, I put the yarn inside the blanket to live. I really need to turn it inside out and weave in these ends, because it's getting a little crazy in there. A little hairy in there. Getting a little hairy. Okay, so that's the update on the giant saggy boob blanket. You can see why I say that. Oh, and last week I asked y'all about the sock. The sock that I have 1 knit, and all, like 100% of y'all said Crazy Sock Lady has a pattern like this. I'm pretty sure I followed a knitting tutorial on YouTube. Pearl somebody. Something Pearl. I could look in my history and find it. I probably saved the video. But, I mean, if Crazy Sock Lady has one similar to this, I'll just look it up. I think that DK weight pattern that everybody was saying that has this heel is free. I think I have it. I just don't know if I've ever used it, because I'm not a sock knitter. But thank y'all for the advice for Crazy Sock Lady. That helps. I didn't even think of that. And I know Lisa knits my socks from Crazy Sock Lady's pattern, but let me look. I always wear her socks. Why didn't I just check? I can't tell with it on if it's a slip stitch heel or not. It kind of looks like it. I don't know. I guess where this is bigger or a thicker yarn, worsted weight yarn, the slip stitches just look bigger. I wear my socks every day. These are a little stretched out now that they've been on my feet. This is the sock choice for today. I think it's one of the scrappy socks she made me for Christmas. Lisa. She makes all my socks for me. But that kind of looks like a slip stitch heel. So yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Cool. I'm just comparing them. Yeah, that looks the same. One's just thinner yarn. The worsted weight, of course, looks chunkier, but let me put my sock back on. My feet are cold. I'm kind of glad that we have a fixed electric bill. So every year our electric bill is analyzed and we pay one fixed rate throughout the year, monthly. Well, we keep our house cold because we are delicate indoor plants that need air conditioning. Yes, I compared myself to a plant. I'm not a tropical plant. I'm very indoorsy. So this delicate little plant needs air conditioning, and everybody in my house is the same, so we get along very well. But the power company this week sent me the letter stating how much our new bill will be every month. I thought it was going to be astronomical. I thought our property tax went up in price, insurance went up, and something else went up. I was like, for sure, utilities are going up. It only went up $20. I can live with that. I can live with that. Because for $20 to keep me cold and happy, worth it. But I have been seeing at work where I pay the bills, or I approve the bills to be paid, how much everybody's electric bill has been going up in our properties, and I'm like, ooh, I'm scared. So glad it only went up $20 for us. Okay, next I will show you the Douglas Cardi. I have made progress on it. I don't remember where I was last time, but I did put a stitch marker in. I would have had this sleeve finished, I believe, if it wasn't for this next project I'm going to show y'all. It stole my attention. Okay, so here's a sleeve. I was Lanty, right there. I was where this progress keeper is last week. So it came right past my elbow when I tried it on. I put on some tubing and tried it on. I think after I stopped the video because I had to find the tubing. It's called Barber Cord. Barber something. I can't remember. Excuse me. But I'm kind of making my own recipe for a sleeve. Every 6 rows I do a decrease. And I started here last week, and since I was right past my elbow, I went ahead and finished to where I had a decrease row, and then I started the rainbow segment. Not really rainbow, just the colorful neon segment. And I keep forgetting to pick up that first stitch, or slip that first stitch so it doesn't jog. But it's going to be on the inside of my arm. It'll be fine. I don't know if it's to a point where I can try it on without it being fly off the needles. But that's the sleeve. I love how the color, I'm on the last color. I'm doing 4 rows of each color. So I'm on the green. The green is the last row. It's about, I'll have about enough yarn I have about 5 or 6 grams left after I am finished with the next sleeve. But that is the progress, and here it is in its entirety. I think that looks cool. And then after the rainbow, or the little colorful segment, it's going to be a little bit more black, and then a big chunky cuff. I'm going to do a really long cuff that you can fold over and make it chunky. I'm not going to decrease needle sizes. I'm going to keep it on the 8s. The US 8s. And I'll just have to get a smaller circumference, because a 16-inch won't work. But I'm so happy with it. It looks really cool. I like this idea. My friend Misty came up with the idea of a black sleeve with a little pop of color. And yesterday was her birthday. Happy birthday, Misty. We'll have to get together and knit soon. But all I have left to do is a second sleeve and the black shawl collar along the edges around the front. Because it's a cardigan. Love it. Okay. That's a Douglas Cardi by Andrea Mowry. And I was looking for the yarn. Like, that's the yarn I'm currently using on the sleeve. I have 2 more from the same dye lot. So the other sleeve will have one. And then the shawl collar will have this one. And one that's from a different dye lot. They look the same. That's like a solid black right there. Pretty Twisted Yarns is the yarn I'm using. This is her color Don't Fear the Reaper on Posh DK, which has nylon in it. So I think I have, between those 2 extra skeins of black yarn, I think I have enough to do the shawl collar. I think. I'm not sure, but I think. We will find out. I will use every single scrap of black yarn I have to make the shawl collar as thick as I can make it. So I want like a big shawl collar. I don't know if I have that much yarn, but I dropped the yarn. Excuse me for a moment. I love neon happy colors. I love working on this. I was just excited about this next project that you have not seen yet. So, I started it last weekend. If you remember, don't fall everything, don't fall. Okay. I bought some yarn from Knit Picks last week to make my daughter a pillow. Well, there's no rush to get this pillow finished. But it's Tough Puff by Knit Picks. It's a super bulky weight yarn. White colorway, 44 yards per 100 grams. I thought this was 50 grams. This is 100 grams. I mean, it's not that big. 100% wool. Hand wash. Ooh. But I've used 3 skeins of it out of the 8. I'm on the 3rd skein so far. And I'm doing a corner to corner pillow. I'm kind of making it up as I go. So this is what I have done so far. It's kind of narrow. But once I block it out, it'll square out. There we go. That looks nice. It's really big. I'm going to finish out the 3rd skein. I don't have much left. Probably enough for 3 or 4 more rows. If that. Maybe not even that. I just hit a knot. A factory knot. So I cut that out. I tinked back to the beginning of the row and cut it out. Because I don't like the way that looks. So I cut it out. And I'm going to have to attach this yarn back onto it. And I have a knot. There we go. This thing is really eating yarn. Really eating yarn. Let me show you how much yarn it got me. or how much it got. So the first skein went from to the corner to right there, to where that stitch marker is. And this is the second skein from here to here. And I'm on the third skein now. I might do 4 and 4. But I think the pattern I'm going by has some short rows in the middle. Kind of to give it a more curved look. So, I don't know. I don't think 3 skeins is enough to make the big square I want. So I'm going to do 4 skeins. And I've decided I'm not ordering 8 more skeins of yarn to do another panel. This is killing me. These needles, size 11 needles, are killing my fingers. They hurt. I'm just going to sew some nice crushed velvet fleece type fabric onto the back and call it a day. It's going to be a big square pillow, and I'll get some fabric. I don't know where I'm going to get the fabric from because we don't have Joann's. We have a Hobby Lobby, but I really hate Hobby Lobby. I don't like going in there. And not for the politics of it either, just because I don't like it at all. It's just cluttered. It looks like clutter. My room looks cluttered, I know, but that store is crazy. I don't like Hobby Lobby. I like Joann's. I didn't like Hobby Lobby. Okay. This is the third whip I've been working on. I picked a dishcloth, a corner-to-corner dishcloth, and I'm not doing the eyelets increases, or I'm not doing the increases where there's little holes. I'm just doing it solid, picking up a stitch. That's all I've been knitting. That's all. I didn't even knit for the past 2 nights. I've been so tired. I was off Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I got off work at 2 o'clock and took my daughter to a dentist appointment. No cavities. And, she's so lucky to have good teeth. God. But I got home around 4 o'clock. And I think I went to sleep around 7 that night. I cooked dinner and went to bed. And then last night, I went to bed around 6:30 or 7. It was insane how tired I was yesterday. Going back to work after 5 days off is a killer. But I'm glad I'm back at work. You know, it's good to be back. Because sitting around the house kind of gets to you after a while when you're not used to it. I do have one acquisition. The Fashion School Dropout Monthly Yarn Club, the I Would Die For You Yarn Club. And this month is called Bite My Thumb. It's the April 2025. And I get it on her DK sock set. Isn't that pretty? Here's the inspo. It's from Romeo and Juliet, the movie from the 90s with Leonardo DiCaprio. And what's her name? Claire Danes, I think. Was that her name? Maybe. But that's the scene of the Bite My Thumb. And that's the yarn. Oh my god, it's so pretty. I want socks with this for sure. Other ones I can see hats or mittens or something, but these are socks. I love yellow. Yellow is a good color. I really like yellow, and I want yellow socks. DK, wait, yellow socks. Fashion School Dropout. This is not a subscription. You just sign up for it every month. I've already signed up for May. This was April. So if you want some, May is probably still open. Go check it out. Love Fashion School Dropout. Life is okay. I don't know. Nothing new happened this week. Brianna didn't have any. My kid didn't have any cavities. We were going to go to Disney later today when Man Bear Pig gets off work, but it's going to be hot. And we were thinking about just going down to the yarn store about an hour south from here. Fuzzy Goat is the name of the yarn store, but you have to walk outside to get to all the stores, and it's really hot. I just don't want to sweat. I'm a delicate person. not meant for the South Georgia heat. So we're staying home, and I'm going to finish up sewing bags. I have the mediums like 90% finished. Seriously. And the larges are finished. I'm going to get those out in the mail tomorrow, hopefully, the larges, or Monday. And I just need to get the smalls going, and then all the veggie bags will be done. And those sold out pretty quick. Sorry to anybody that wanted one that didn't get one. I have to post on Instagram now, so if you're not following my sewing Instagram account, happylittleyarn_sewing, go do that. That way you can get updates when I have a product available, because I can't post on my new Shopify website for 2 months, because I screwed up something and I changed something when I shouldn't have, and now there's a security thing that has to go for 2 months. Go Amy. Way to do it. Okay, well, I think that's it. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, and I'm sorry, but we'll go over it next week if I think about it. So, I hope y'all have a great day, great night, whatever time you're watching this, and I will see you next week. Bye!